Hello guys, so we're gonna have some cool update news and here is Rock to tell you about it.
But yeah, I think phenomenal changes. I was pretty excited about all of this, so I kind of wanted to get a video out as soon as possible. So just some thoughts from a building perspective. What's up, everyone? Welcome back, and we are here today with some very exciting news. So I don't know if you can tell, it's a little darker than usual. It's a little later than I usually do these videos. But reason being, we have some exciting news. So we are deep into Town Hall 70 now, and we also have our first balance changes to show that. And so while we enjoy this defensive replay, let's talk a little bit about what's coming up. So it's nothing major just yet. There's been some speculation going on about new scattershot levels and some other of the key defenses for Town Hall 17. And we're not quite there yet. So like people like me and most regular clashers, I think, are grateful for that. And, jammers like Ed are probably already waiting for new things to gem. But we are getting some balance changes for, more specifically, our hero equipments and a little bit of a nerf to the invisibility spell, not the tower, the spell. And I think it's a very well done and thought out balance change. So there are some buffs and some nerfs to the nerfs to the most used equipments and some buffs to the less used equipments. I think the buffs are gonna be pretty insignificant, nobody's really running any of the puppets, the Barbarian puppet, the Archer Queen puppet, because they're just not up to par with the rest of the value you can get from the rest of the defenses. And I think there's one more. Oh yeah, the stash, the Barbarian King stash. I'm not sure. We're gonna have to see how the other ones are still after the update, but I don't think it's gonna be as used as widely as some might think. But I think more importantly, we are going to take a closer look at the nerfs for the equipments, and those are pretty significant because most of the most used, that was a lot of most, used equipments are getting hit. I think the biggest one by far will be the electro boots. So I think if you've been playing Clash in the last, couple of weeks since they've been introduced, you have probably been attacked by them. You have more likely than not used them, after 2-3 weeks now. I think most have them at least somewhat upgraded, and they have just been destroying bases left and right. They are extremely, extremely strong. I think even Supercell said they are the most used equipment, which is not surprising. They are very, very good indeed. So I think a little bit of a tweak was well deserved. It's not super significant. I think it's just enough where with the right bases, you know where to find those. You can now actually have a chance of defending. So I'm excited about it. So they're nerfing basically all the offensive aspects. So the aura does less damage. So the defenses stay up a little bit longer. The healing is also reduced. I don't think there's gonna be that much of a difference because if you've used the attack, you notice that if your royal champion gets hit, it goes down fast. So the healing aura doesn't do that much of a difference. But at the same time, it always helps to have a little bit more of a buffer for defense. And what else? I think those are the only things. Along with that, the invisibility spell nerf, it seems a little bit insignificant, but I think it's gonna be quite a big difference if you're using 12, 11, like 11 invisibility spells like we're watching now. I think that's 0.25 seconds per spell. That's gonna add up, so that's a second per 4 spells. If you're using 12, you're down 3 seconds of invisibility. So that's gonna be interesting. Also, for the people that run the Fox with it, are gonna have to change their timing down a little bit more, which all helps in just showing those little mistakes that can actually help you defend. So yeah, the archer, no, it's not, sorry, the archer, the royal champion nerf with his equipment is gonna be pretty big. So I'm excited for that. Besides that, we also have the nerf to the fireball, not the max level. I think from level 18 to 23 is going to be the radius decrease for the fireball. again, I think a welcome change, and that is the only other raid I see in you know, high-ish legends, besides of course the RC walk. So they are targeting, you know, the most used equipments from the two of the most powerful, I guess, strategies at the moment. I think very, very well executed. So the fireball nerf isn't really super big. It just kind of reduces the value, so you have a little bit more freedom when you're building a base. Um, and besides those two, one that's probably a little less used but still used quite a bit at the moment is the earthquake. Wow, that's a hard word for me to say. Earthquake boots. There we go. For the Barbarian King, and that's been used quite a bit with the spiky ball. I don't think as much as maybe something like the boots for the RC, but still, you know, if you're running ground, that's more likely than not what you're running on your Barbarian King for the back end. Extremely powerful because it takes out a nice chunk of the base paired with the spiky ball, and it opens up the last portion of the base, which just helps you, you know, kind of get through it. And while they're not kind of reducing the wall opening capabilities, they are reducing the damage done by the earthquake boots. And I think something that's a little more significant even than that is the earthquake does not kill skeletons any longer, and that's probably going to be pretty major. I think more than most people are aware of. Skeleton traps can be extremely deadly if used correctly, and extremely annoying when you're facing them. So again, for a builder, that's a more than welcome change. So yeah, I think pretty much perfect um, balance update for the time being. They mentioned something about the lava puppet, which I think is something that most people have a problem with because it was so weak. But they say they will wait and, you know, see a bit longer on how it does when people start using it more. So we'll wait on that. But yeah, I think phenomenal changes. I was pretty excited about all of this, so I kind of wanted to get a video out as soon as possible. So you know, just some thoughts from a building perspective. Yeah, I think Supercell is on point with the Town Hall 17, with the meta, the nerfs right now. Really cool stuff. So I'm excited even more, and hopefully you guys are too. If you want bases that defend like the one you just saw, you know where to find us. Clash with at Patreon, and of course our Discord. We will see you there. See you guys. Cheers.